Hey guys, this is Cardinal Bird 5. Today I wanted to go over some budget players and some possible players that you should invest to starting out in Diamond Dynasty for a few different reasons. Number one, I think there's a good chance they'll be getting upgrades eventually down the road. And number two, I don't think their attributes will fluctuate as much, especially on the defensive end. So what does that mean? That means they really can only go up with inside edge. So starting out, we're going to take a look at Yadier Molina, and he's going to be a silver player. Yeah, he might be somewhat pricey in the beginning, but it might be worth it to go out to get him because he is going to be more valuable this year. Catcher defense is going to be more valuable this year because last year the arm strength actually had some kind of glitch to it, and it really did not even matter. This year it matters even more. And if you guys watched my snapback throw video, that's another reason it's going to be important to have a good catcher. So, what does this mean? Inside edge, Molina can really only get better. Yeah, there might be some days where he might go down, but there's going to be days where his contact and power might jump up, especially if they look at his last 3 years, because he's actually hit pretty well his past 3 years. His hitting started to decline last year. So, yeah, he might have some favorable matchups in the inside edge. So, you guys definitely want to invest in him. He is a silver player, but he could be a gold eventually down the road. All right, now we're going to go look at some third basemen. And we're actually going to look at a player that already has a formidable reputation in the major leagues, and that is Evan Longoria. He is going to start at a low gold, but I still think he is a good player you guys should try to go out and get, mainly because his fielding is consistent, it's good, and he's a consistent player, and he'll be able to hit the lefty, so at the very least you can use him as a platoon guy, but when he has favorable matchups against right-handed pitching, it could be someone you want to invest into because I still think he has a chance to get an upgrade down the road. But, keep in mind the inside edge is one of the main reasons I'm pointing out some of these players. So, yeah, take a look at Evan Longoria and definitely think about investing into him early on in your Diamond Dynasty career. Next, we're going to look at another third baseman. We're going to keep it in the American League. And it's going to actually be on Kansas City, Mike Moustakas. Coming in at 79 overall, definitely a budget player. He does bat left-handed, and he has I shouldn't say good, but above average hitting against righties. Fielding is, again, one factor I'm consistently looking at because they're not going to change fielding with inside edge, and they don't change fielding too much with the live roster updates. So, what does this mean? Moustakas really can only go up. There might be days where his hitting goes down, but if you get a guy like Moustakas and Longoria, those would be two great platoon guys. So, definitely definitely give Mike Moustakas a possible consideration when you're looking to invest players. All right, next we're going to go to some outfielders, starting with, let's see here, let's go to the Red Sox. I'm going to talk about a few players on the Red Sox. Jackie Bradley Jr., again, a great defensive player. The only downside to him is his arm accuracy, but if you guys use throwing meter, that won't be a problem. Good speed, good fielding, good arm strength, and he bats from the left-handed side. So if he gets any kind of boost at the inside edge, it's going to be a great player to have in your lineup. So definitely go out and look to invest him right away. Invest into him. We're going to keep it with the Red Sox. Xander Bogarts, I think another solid budget shortstop, can actually play third for you as well. Already has great contact, but his fielding is definitely pretty good. It's I would definitely say it's above average. But if this guy gets any kind of boost in power hitting at all, this definitely could be one of the best shortstops on certain days. With the addition of inside edge attributes. So make sure you guys give Xander Bogarts a chance and try to get yourself a Diamond Dynasty Xander Bogarts card. Next, we're going to keep it in the AL East actually. Who else can we talk about? Why don't we go to the Toronto Blue Jays and talk about Mr. Pilar here, Kevin Pilar, another great defensive center fielder. Hitting isn't awful. Contact in the 60s and 70s. Like I said, consistent factor. Are you guys noticing? I'm mainly focusing on defense because that's not going to change at all. His rating is not going to change much, and for the most part, it's only going to go up. And Kevin Pilar might have a breakout year. He's 27. He's just got his first full year in last year, and he's going to be playing on a good team. So you never know. He could have some favorable inside edge matchups. Alright, and next we are going to look at somebody on the Rays. And I think this is going to be possibly the most underrated player in Diamond Dynasty, or should I say the most useful, inside edge budget player, however you want to word it. And that is Mr. Kevin Kiermaier. Look at his fielding. or 99 fielding and 99 arm strength and 88 reaction, 79 speed. Are you kidding me? You definitely want to get a Kevin Kiermaier. He's only a silver, so I don't think he's going to be too expensive the first week of Diamond Dynasty. He does bat from the left-hand side. Decent attributes versus right-handed pitching, but if he gets any type of boost at all, just say he has a favorable matchup one day and he's facing Tanaka, he might get, I'm not saying he hits Tanaka well, I'm just giving an example, but say his contact jumps to 80 and his power versus righties jumps to 65. You have yourself, a diamond caliber player for that day. So definitely pay attention to Kevin Kiermaier on the marketplace. All right, now we're going to go to the Royals. And we're going to talk about Alex Gordon. Again, defense. Alex Gordon also bats from the left-hand side. Again, pretty basic stuff. You want to take advantage of players like this early in the game cycle when inside edge is going to be most useful. And you don't have those flashback, diamond players yet. Contact versus lefties is actually already pretty solid, but if he has favorable matchups against righties or lefties, somebody you might want to consider putting in your lineup. Alright, now we're going to look at some right fielders, or a right fielder I should say, and we're going to go to the A's. Mr. Josh Reddick. 79 overall, a good budget silver player starting out. Decent attributes against right-handed pitching, but again, solid defense. And that's not going to change much, guys. He's a solid defender, and he might have a breakout year. So look out for him, not only inside edge, but in the live roster updates as well. And we have one more player for you guys, and it's going to be on D-backs. Now, I think this might be one of the most underrated players in the game. I think this is kind of like another Cargo, and that is David Peralta. He's going to come in at 82 overall. He's going to be a silver. Fielding, this is kind of suspect, but I think this is the one exception because he's going to start out with such great hitting. 94 contact and 80 power. That is some of the best hitting for an outfielder in the game. So definitely a great platoon guy to have. So definitely try to get your hands on a David Peralta. And that's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any more to add, feel free to comment and let me know. This is Carnal Bird 5 signing out. Peace.